What killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age!
Imagine you're the most feared warrior in a continent-spanning empire. You've conquered entire nations, command legions of soldiers, and wield an elemental power so absolute you can freeze time itself. Your enemies are dead, your allies are terrified, and your trophy case is full. What's the next mountain to climb? Well, love, obviously. But how does a woman whose entire philosophy is the strong live and the weak die even begin to understand romance?
Not at all, boy!
She doesn't. Instead, she tries to solve the Rubik's Cube of human emotion by smashing it with a hammer, applying the exact same logic she uses for war in the dating world, with absolutely, and I mean absolutely, catastrophic results. She's not looking for a soulmate. She's looking for a new possession. Her idea of a first date involves a collar, a kidnapping, and a complete and total disregard for the word no. Today, we're dissecting the mind of one of anime's most terrifying waifus. We're going to break down her step-by-step guide to coercive courtship, explore the brutal childhood that forged this monster, and figure out why Esdeath isn't just another psycho anime character. She's the final boss of the yandere. So, you want to find the love of your life, and you want to find it Esdeath style. Great! First, throw your dating apps in the garbage. We're replacing all that healthy nonsense with a 5-step program for guaranteed, let's call it aggressive companionship acquisition. It all starts, not with loneliness, but with a casual work request to the Emperor. After conquering the northern tribes and burying 400,000 people alive in ice, a normal Tuesday, Esdeath is offered any reward she wants. She looks the Prime Minister dead in the eye and says,
I believe I'd like to try falling in love.
She even has a checklist for her future guy. He must be younger than her so she can dominate him. Full of potential, fearless. Grew up far away from the city, and the kicker? He must have a pure, innocent smile. She's not looking for a partner. She's commissioning a pet project with a pulse. So how does she track down this smiling future trophy husband? By hosting a martial arts tournament, obviously. Because nothing says I'm emotionally available like watching a bunch of dudes beat each other senseless for prize money. And then she sees him. He wins the tournament, not with brute force, but with guts and spirit.
Because that's what heroes do.
In that moment, does she walk up and say hi, ask for his number?
Not at all, boy!
She teleports into the arena, slaps a collar on his neck, and screams, "He's mine! I fell for him at first sight."
Now, I tell you what, I like you, and I want you. Now we can do this the easy way, or we can do it the hard way. The choice is yours.
Tatsumi's shock, his protest, is very loud and clear. Please let me go, you absolute lunatic. None of it even phases her. Consent is just a word somebody weak made up, probably. Tatsumi is dragged back to the palace, chucked into her bedroom, and subjected to her affection, which is mostly just her trying to dominate him while he's, fearing for his actual life.
It should have been me, not him!
She sees this whole ordeal as just the next step in the relationship. And this is where her whole vibe goes from just toxic to genuinely cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Her lack of empathy is so profound that she cannot compute why being kidnapped isn't the most romantic gesture ever. She's honestly annoyed by his resistance, like he's a new puppy who won't stop peeing on the carpet. Okay, so she's got the guy now. But now what? A quiet dinner? A walk on the beach?
Not at all, boy!
Esdeath's idea for a romantic date is to make Tatsumi tag along while her elite death squad, the Jaegers, hunt down and slaughter people. For her, sharing extreme violence and flexing her power is the ultimate form of intimacy. She thinks she's just showing him her world. Every act of cruelty is just her version of flirting. She's not just a sadist. She's a sadist who thinks sadism is a love language. A person this spectacularly broken isn't born. They're made. And to understand why her concept of love comes with the complementary restraining order, we have to look at her childhood in the frozen north with the Partis clan. Her entire life philosophy boils down to one simple, horrifying creed her father taught her: the strong live and the weak die. When she'd hunt, her dad would make her help butcher the animal whilst it was still alive to teach her how to inflict pain without flinching. When her own mother was killed, her dad's response was basically, "Get good, scrub!" This idea got hammered into her head, so when she came home to find her entire village massacred and her dad dying, she didn't cry. She just saw it as proof of his words. This philosophy became her operating system. With his last breath, her father told her she had to be strong. In that moment, she didn't just accept his philosophy. She became its living avatar. She vowed to be the strongest because that was the only way to exist. This is the woman who, when offered a super weapon, chose the demon's extract, a cup of demon blood so dangerous it supposedly drove anyone who drank it insane. She downed the whole thing like a shot of tequila. Now, apply that brain to something like love. How could she ever understand a relationship built on trust or vulnerability? You can't. She doesn't want a partner. She wants a prize. So, we've covered the absolutely insane how and the tragically messed up why. If you find this deep dive into the mind of anime's scariest girlfriend fascinating, and maybe taking notes on what not to do in your own love life, then do me a favor and smash that subscribe button. We put characters under the microscope like this every week, and you won't want to miss who's next.
Full Metal Alchemist.
Truly, you won't. Esdeath breaks the mold. There's no hidden dark side, it's just that it's all dark side. This all stems from a complete inability to feel empathy. She can't wrap her head around Tatsumi's values. Her love for him is real, but it's the love a collector has for a rare action figure. This brings us to the anime's finale, and this will spoil Akame Ga Kil. So, if you haven't watched this yet and you're going to, stop watching the video. If you have and don't care about spoilers, keep watching. After Tatsumi dies protecting people, Esdeath faces the one thing her entire philosophy has no answer for: loss. He died for the weak. The pain is real, so what does she do? After being defeated by Akame, she stumbles to Tatsumi's body. With her dying breath, she encases them both in a giant pillar of ice, freezing them together for eternity before they shatter into nothing. She couldn't win his heart in life, so she claimed his corpse in death, getting the eternal togetherness she craved on her own batshit crazy terms. She didn't just want to be his girlfriend. She wanted to be his owner, and in the end, his ice-cold, eternal roommate. Well, that's love, I guess.